Right, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is New Zealand versus taking on Ireland at the Aviva Stadium, and it's all been a little bit of a rush, but now we can get settled and watch what should hopefully be another really interesting clash. A little bit less emotional, I suppose. No sort of worry about the Springboks and stuff like that. They've played, they've got the victory. We can now enjoy the rest of the day. So thank you very much for joining me. Let's start smashing the like on the video. I'm going to put a poll in the comments in the moment, but at the moment we're just going to quickly get the scoreboard going. There goes the whistle. It literally has been that rushed. New Zealand get things underway, going straight down the middle, and it's an early touch for James Lowe as Jamison Gibson Park goes to James Ryan, and now going Johnny Sexton, who goes high. Nice to chase on there. Good stuff there from Conway. Now Burden Barrow, his first touch of the game. Artie Severe now with his first touch. Now Geordie Barrow goes very high. It's an early tester here for James Lowe. And, well, Will Jordan did very well to get in front of him, but Bundy Aki eventually actually the man that comes away with it. Gibson Park goes to Johnny Sexton. Ooh, nice little wraparound there from Ireland, and James Ryan almost getting away from him. Good stuff here from Scotland. Now Gibson Park going left. Keenan going himself, gets through the gap, almost up to the halfway line. Sexton goes inside towards Ian Henderson. Good hands there. Sexton goes to Bundy Aki. Ringrose. Jack Conan goes to Kellaway. Kellaway puts his head down up to the 22. This is brilliant stuff from Ireland. Gibson Park quickly there. Running the hands. Nice flat there for Tyke Furlong from Johnny Sexton. Once again goes to Johnny Sexton. He has to go himself. Not too many options there. A little bit isolated. Ooh. Well, that's a hell of an opening passage there from Ireland. Really promising stuff there. You can see a bit of a wry smile there from Johnny Sexton. That was a really nice opening passage to play. But let's get a poll going in, shall we? Really nice break there early on from Hugo Keenan. But yeah, please smash a like on the video, by the way, and let's try and see if we can get as many people into the room as possible. Second last game of the game. Obviously, we've got Australia versus England later as well. First more here from New Zealand off the base of that line-out from the penalty. Decent touch finder. They do break. And it's decent physicality there from Ireland. Now pick up and go from Artie Severe. Ethan Blackadder with a bit of continuity there. Wrapped up by James Ryan and Johnny Sexton. Now Burden Barrett going high. This will be a tester for Keenan. Good take. A lot of pressure from Sevi Reese. Now Gibson Park looking to go to the box kick. He does. He'll host it for Kellaway to run after. Decent take. I'm sorry, Conway. Kellaway's playing for Australia later. Now going down the blind side of New Zealand. Awani's pass comes back to no one. Stevie Reese, who cleans up. He's well tracked there by Conway. And Bundy Aki all over them as well, conceding a penalty. He's not happy with that at all. This is really nice intensity, though, early on from Ireland. They look really up for it. Grant Swart says 33-28 to Ireland. That's interesting. That's a big call. Obviously, New Zealand really copying a lift from SA, using the wide person kick all of a sudden. Earl says All Blacks 33, Ireland 17. Right, so first scrum of the day. I think it was actually a knock-on. I don't think it was a penalty. But let's settle in, shall we? Let's settle in. You got your beers, I got my beer. Well, this should be an interesting battle here. It's a good Irish front row. Andrew Porter, Ronan Kelleher, and Tyke Furlong. So let's see how they can cope in front of this New Zealand front row. TJ Perenara with the ball in hand. It's a pretty solid scrum. It comes straight out the back, goes straight to Bowden Barrett, who goes to decent carry there. First carry there from Antonina Brown. It's a nice carry there. Nice tackle there on Brody Retallick. Perenara looks to go down the blind side. Bowden Barrett goes straight to Ollie Severe. Eventually gets the pass away. And it's a knock on. You can see, I mean, I don't think Ireland get up to a game. I don't think they get more excited about a game than when they play against New Zealand. You can see small things like that. Knock on there, and Johnny Sexton is celebrating, smacking everybody around, saying that's what we need to see. I mean, it's Ty Furlong and Kellen Doris who's up there nice and quick. Good early pressure there on Artie Severe, making them work for the... John Fister says 25-19 Ireland wins. Step in front of space is All Blacks by 10. And it's a free kick there to Ireland from the scrum. So that's a nice opening period from them. And New Zealand, who are very rarely under the cosh these days, really have not started off particularly well. It's a very nice start here from Ireland. And they're asking for another scrum. They reckon that they've got the run in them. All right, so another scrum here. Tyke Furlong needs a nice big one. Such a good player is Furlong. And this time is a free kick to New Zealand. Standing up hooker is the call. So it's against Kelleher. And this time New Zealand are going to take a scrum. Can Ireland keep it up though? Yeah, well, that is the problem. It's a long 18 minutes ahead. We're only 7 minutes in. But if they can, then you never know. You never know. But I just enjoy the intensity. Obviously, there's not one scrum so far, but 3 resets. I mean, literally. I think a long on penalty is coming here one way or another. If this ball does not come out, it has to be a long on penalty. So it's just inside All Black territory on the right-hand side. It's gone down. Now Barrett puts us up in the air. Leonard Brown's chasing hard, as is Geordie Barrett, but it's a big test for Keenan. Oh, Keenan almost took it on the fly there. I think it's a knock-on advantage there for New Zealand. Artie Severe comes away with it. Well, they've got numbers, but Barrett's kick goes straight into Andrew Porter, then dives onto it. So it's turnover ball there for Ireland. Gibson Park goes the aerial route. Long chase there for Conway. And Geordie Barrett almost taken out in the air there. And a couple of Irish players are there to compete for it. And Henderson has turned it over. That's really good for Henderson. Gibson Park. Perenara coming up there. So Tyke Furlong carries it up. Conan now with a strong carry. Gibson Park sniping, trying to put Kellen Doris into a gap. Yeah, I was about to say, they've gone all the way back to that tackle on Geordie Barrett, which I did wonder. It looked like it was a little bit in the air. Grant Swart says, this All Black squad has got some glaring weaknesses. They have been winning games on their reputation. It's a big call, but I think you're right, Albie says they're really kicking like the box. I mean, literally, they must have had at least 4 or 5. Obviously, Java Goose is coming on and win so that our Cape Crusaders can be angry. 3 rucks and they call it back. Yeah, look, it's quite frustrating that it takes that long to check. Initially, I did think it was taken out in the air. I was surprised when it was carried on. Yeah, I'm not damaged to anything, but just gets the timing wrong there. Oh, cross kick there from Barrett off the back of the line out, and Will Jordan is tearing onto this. James Lowe gets back here, but Geordie Barrett. Oh, that's a big tackle. Geordie Barrett was steamy over there. New Zealand all of a sudden, like half a meter out. Oh, that's a great turnover there from Jack Conan. I mean, sorry, it's I lie. It's Kelleher that's come away with it. That's a huge intervention. Nice hands there, and James Ryan carrying. I can tell you, the intensity of this game is quite impressive, and a penalty for Ireland. That's a huge result for them. I mean, it's a fantastic cross kick. Will Jordan was tearing onto it. Eventually brings it down. Geordie Barrett is steaming onto this. It's a good tackle there by Lowe. The pop comes up, and Gary Ringrose, and I think it's Bandiaki gets up. And then the pop is pretty poor, and Kelleher's on it like a flash. And it's a pretty ordinary penalty to concede there. I think it was against Lualala for being offside. So Ireland get a penalty, and they'll have a chance to sort of kick themselves away from a bit of danger. Obviously, there's great work from Ireland there. Jean-Dion looks at a low-key one Ireland to smash them. I'm not so low-key. I'm in for Ireland all the way. Come on, the Irish. Time on, yeah. So Ireland on the 10-meter line. Well, it's a bit messy, but Sexton eventually does manage to take it into contact. Gibson Park going to Henderson. Gibson Park now going towards the left. Tyke Furlong, who gives it away. Oh, it's a bit. It's a decent pass there. Kelleher. Oh, he's just thrown away Bowden Barrett. I enjoy that. Gibson Park goes to Sexton. Sexton finds Henderson. Some nice handling here from Ireland. Sexton. Oh, a little kick over the top there. Oh, and it almost falls perfectly for Conway. No advantage. That was a very, very intelligent kick there from Sexton. It almost worked out. If Conway managed to gather that, they could have been very, very tight. Late tackles the call, so it's actually a penalty for Red Lands. Okay, so we're looking at potential foul play here on Johnny Sexton. So it was tackled without the late tip there. So it will be a penalty where it lands. And who is it? Nah, it's not head contact. The Irish squad, Irish fans are trying to get something more there, but I don't think there's much in that. Obviously the head shirts and HIA. It would take a huge effort to beat All Blacks. So one is everybody watching Chiefs versus Western Province. I'm not watching that, to be honest. I mean, come now. It's a swinging arm, having said that. At the other angle, it didn't look too bad, but Taylor on Sexton looks like a bit of a swinging arm. And the Irish fans baying for blood. So they're saying it is label. So it's a yellow card from the looks of it. Okay, 2. Well, Cody Taylor's gone to the bin. That's a big moment early on. That's a very big moment early on. So Cody Taylor disappears into the bin for contact it's basically elbow contact based onto Johnny Sexton. So it's a penalty for Ireland, it's a yellow card to New Zealand, and Ireland have started so positively that if they can make this count, this could be a really important passage to play. So they've gone to the corner. It's a decent kick as well. Here comes the rolling more pot from Ireland. It's all well set up. They're not moving too far. Backline can join. Gibson Park is coming to grab the ball. He goes flat to Gary Ringrose. Gibson Park goes to Doris. There's almost a man on the outside there. They're slowing it down. New Zealand goes to Kelleher once again. They're right on the brink here, Ireland. James Ryan puts his head down. Comes up short. Jack Cohen's going to pick up and go. Now Angie Porter's got Ian Henderson behind him. He picks up and goes himself as well. Also comes up short. Ball's available. Goes to Gibson Park. Goes to Sexton. Goes to Bundy Aki. There's so much space for Hugo Keenan. And James Lowe. Well played. Ireland take first blood. What a try. What a pass to play. What a team. Proper team effort there. A couple of pick up and goes, sucking players in. Eventually they go wide. Some really nice. There was acres of space for Hugo Keenan to attack. He was going. He didn't back himself, so he gives it away to James Lowe. He goes into the corner, and Ireland are all of a sudden 5-0 up against New Zealand in the first 15 minutes. Oh, he lets the hairband go. That's a lot of hair there. And that's a perfect start here. Albie says he had to cut through it anyways. All Blacks play better with 14 men. Sasha Six is actually quite large. No, he's not a small man at all. Lowe, the try against country. That's apt. Yeah, Gibson Park also up against his the heritage there. Third international try there for James Lowe. Lord doesn't hold his line. Almost a very good kick there from Sexton, but it sneaks down the right hand side. So the score will remain at 5-0. Right, Eugene going down the left hand side for the restart. Stefan Space is cool. It's nice to be impartial and just hope for some good rugby. I back the All Blacks for their 80-minute tenacity, but won't lose sleep if Ireland wins. I'd quite like Ireland to win. I'm all in for that. Also means that the number one spot for us comes a little bit closer. So, Brown also New Zealand attacking off the kickoff here. Still going down the blind side here. It's Whitelog who's brought down. Perenara going too severe. And it's a penalty for New Zealand right in front of the post. It's pretty poor, that. It's a hell of a description, but yes, it's against Ian Henderson for not rolling. It's right in front of the poles, which means that Geordie Barrett will probably be able to kick themselves within 2 points despite having a man down. So it's frustrating from Ireland. John Visser says New Zealand slow to start like it was Italy last week. Was Ireland the strong defensively? Look, I mean, it's been a very, very hectic start regardless, to be honest. View same as silent with Sexton kicks say we are number one regardless of the result of the game, yeah, but just in terms of all the points and the stuff like that, it's useful when New Zealand does drop points. New Zealand pressure from the kickoff. James Lowe really enjoyed that try. Let the head down and everything. It's pretty good from Geordie Barrett. So New Zealand respond. They get 3 points on the board. 5 points to 3 after what might be the fastest 90 minutes I think I've ever watched. It's flown by. All right, Sexton with the restart there, going towards the right, pounces up. Oh, almost a perfect. Would have been perfect if Henderson had managed to regather that, but a double knock on there. So it will be an Ireland scrum on the 22. It's a nice restart, though. Really good chase there from Conway. Right, well, here comes Dane Coles. A bit of a great tinge to that hair at the moment. Obviously, you need to put in a hooker for the scrums. And Ethan Blackadder is the man who will be sacrificed for Coles. Big scrum here for Ireland. It's been nice to take an opportunity. They can do it. Really good job from Ireland with the back of the scrum. Sorry, I'm just busy trying to sort out a cricket match for tomorrow. But it's a really strong carry from Andrew Porter. Ireland looking good, yeah. Inside ball there from Sexton to Ringrose. And the knock on there. Who scored? James Lowe scored with a lot of hair and decent pace. But Ireland have started this game really nicely. Frustrating to get that knock on there because it was a nice attacking opportunity. Swisky Match says, Bowen Barrett, do you imagine, mate, this can't be my second losing bet? Let me sort my clock out. 21:30. Benedict says Escher will probably be world number one again on Monday. Yep, looks like it. Looks like it. Come on. And so we should. So how many games have we lost this year? We lost once against the All Blacks. 1, 2, 3, 4 games, eh? 4 tests lost. 2 tests against the Lions, one against the All Blacks, 2 against Argentina, 7. So 4 lost, 7-1. That's not terrible. If we can get 8-4, would be a nice little middle ground there. Are you still cold? Oh, yeah, they are. Right, well, it's a bit of extensive time off, but eventually looks like we're going to get play back underway. It's a scrum for New Zealand, defensive scrum inside zone 22. There we go, and that's the best time in the world, isn't it? Cheers. Severe goes to the blind side to Will Jordan. And Caelan Doris has done really well to hold that up. So Ireland might have actually confected a turn. Oh, that is so well done. Yeah, Whitelock's having a longer at the assistant referee, but that is brilliant from Caelan Doris. I mean, Will Jordan's come straight inside, and the first thing they did is smash him nice and high and just hold him up. And they just basically said, mate, you can try, but you're not coming down. Big early tip comes from low, and then Caelan Doris gets underneath and says, no, those knees aren't getting to the ground there, chap. Eventually the ball comes, they come down, they get bodies over there. It's a very, very good turnover there. Obviously, if we win the game next week, we finish year number 1. Come on, the buggers. And a penalty to Ireland. Huge scrum. Look, I mean, it was a big scrum from New Zealand as well, but it looked like so I think wheeling's the issue. So Moody trying to have a bit of say. So he's like, oh, this is interesting. Ireland not taking the points here. Johnny Sexton going to kick for the corner. That's a huge call there from Johnny Sexton. And he's put it right in the corner. So Ireland will have but both players are back on. So it's back to a full contingent for New Zealand. So to be fair, they only conceded basically 2 points effectively with that yellow card. But this is a very big show of confidence here from Ireland. But at the end of the day, penalties aren't necessarily going to be enough to win the game. So Be confident. Take your chances. Have a go. Get the crowd behind you. Taylor Doors inside. It was actually well read there. There's a little bit of a set move there. Gibson Park goes to Jack Conan. Gibson Park. Caelan Doris once again runs straight back into the ruck. Big defense here from New Zealand. Van der Fleer pops it off from the base of the ruck. Keller's looking for a bit of a run. He's got Andrew Porter inside. He's got Tyke Full on next to him as well. Porter goes himself. I reckon you're actually probably going to go. Oh, RCV is playing the ball on the ground there. Pick up and go from Josh Van der Fleer. Ooh, sealing is the call. I think RCV was playing the ball without off his feet in the previous ruck, actually. So no points there for Ireland. And enhanced. Oh, they're taking it quickly here, New Zealand. Tony Taylor going to Awani. Now Perenara going back to. So it's gone straight down the middle of the park. Keenan has picked up. Now he's got a bit of space. What's he going to do? He runs straight into Papali. Now they go inside to Andrew Porter. He shoots off to Johnny Sexton. He goes to James Lowe. Who gets away from. He's got Van der Fleer for company. He needs a bit of support. It comes in the form of Jack Conan. That's nice continuity there. Good work there by Jack Conan. Nice support play. Nice big carry there from Van der Fleer. Obviously, he all over that ball, but he's lost his footing. Gibson Park going inside. Gary Ringrose shows and goes himself. Almost through. He gets up and he's still going as Gary Ringrose. Up into the 22 here from Ireland. Gibson Park, quick ball to Johnny Sexton. Big pop pass there. I think it was to Tyke Furlong. Quick ball from Gibson Park. He needs support here, Conway, so he goes back inside. A good decision by him. Oh, and Perenara has won the penalty on the ground. Gibson Park does not agree with that call at all. This is a test match, though, by the way. Like, you think of test match, this is test match intensity. It's quick, it's fast, it's intense, it's physical. I am really enjoying this. Really nice run there from Jace Lowe. Just needed some support. It came in Jack Conan, but yeah, I want to see this again from Perenara. I'm not convinced he was supporting his body weight. But anyway, so New Zealand have got up towards the 10-meter line. Pomelo says, come on, All Blacks. RCV is going to be the man of the match, North versus South. Always a bad call earning the match, in my opinion. Build your points at the beginning, says Stefan van der Spey. Well, they turned over as Ireland, so Ireland have got to capitalize. They've had a really good start to this game. Oh, that's what Chimawanga on, by the way. Sexton goes to Bandiaki. Straightens the line. Good stuff from him. Oh, there's space. Oh, Sexton spins away. Gibson Park, nice, and I like Gibson Park, by the way. I think it's a very nice scrum off. Very nice and exciting. Very different player to the likes of Conor Murray. Oh, James Lowe almost in between. Gives it to Caelan Doris. Has been everywhere so far. Gibson Park, all this space. Bandiaki goes to Keenan. Goes to Ringrose, comes inside. It's just so good from Ireland. The continuity is brilliant. Bandiaki now on the blind side. Gibson Park goes to Henderson. He's smashed by Perenara, but he manages to hold on. Keenan coming at scrum half. Kelleher, solid carry from him. Pick up and go from Caelan Doris, been one of the most active players so far. But he's fallen wrongly, and the ball's popped out for Ardie Sevilla. Woo! And if Aki wasn't so focused on going for Retallick, I think he could have intercepted that. Barrack HIA, thank you very much, LB. You must have missed that. Nice. Oh, Rich the man. Yeah, I've got to grow it out for golf tour. You've got to make sure that Team Tamboti is looking good. Christ says the Irish have been a thorn for the All Blacks in the last 5 years. Chicago 2016. Yeah, I said the last 4, 1, 2, lost 2 is the record. Okay, time is off at the moment, but the intensity in this game: 35 tackles made by Ireland, 5 missed. 77 tackles made by New Zealand, also 5 missed. It's been a very, very intense start. I think it's probably the best word to use. Couple of players getting some attention, stuff like that, after what has been a very frantic start here at the Viva Stadium, but I've thoroughly enjoyed every single second of it. If they keep up this pace, it's going to be a hell of a good 80 minutes watch. Right from the line out there, from the penalty from Ireland, they've got it at the back. Kelleher breaks the ball. Oh, he's come so close. He's within half a meter. Kelleher. Really good position here for Ireland. Now Andrew Porter. Pick up and goes himself. Offside penalty advantage. Tyke Furlong. They've deserved that. They have deserved that. It has been one-way traffic since the first kick of the ball, and Ireland are finally through. And who better than Tyke Furlong to go over and double the points for Ireland? 10 points to 3. What a start. Okay, you're going to have a look here. I'm not sure what they're looking at, but the time is off. Oh, it's going to be ruled out, you know. Okay, it's going to be chalked off. It's going to be chalked off. That's for sure. I did actually wonder about this, to be honest. I thought Kelleher almost had a second go. So he was the call is that Kelleher was crawling, and as a result, that's the first offense. There was then an offside penalty, but it happened afterwards, so they'll go back for the penalty. That's so frustrating because that would have been a huge, huge try. Where we at? So Sash says, "What is this match?" Obviously, New Zealand already made 77 tackles. That's insane. What a game so far, says Grant Swartz. Different level. This match is very powerful. They keep this pace. New Zealand will make 200 tackles. It's frustrating as the Viva was rocking, but Takeda says, I'm going to run out of gas in the tank. New Zealand need to just keep within a score. I will be a frizz that can size up like a center. Yeah, Ty Furlong is an absolute unit. Quite so this is the problem with rugby, need to be checked. Okay, so Perinara will go to the boot. It lifts it quite high and has been knocked back towards the New Zealand side. I think Ian Henderson's actually come away with it. Penalty against Ian Henderson. I don't know if it's a case of he's offside. All of a sudden, a couple of back-to-back decisions for Ireland. Oh, that's straight through the middle. Papili, Dan Cole, Cody Taylor. Well, I mean, how frustrating is that? How frustrating is that? You look up and all of a sudden, New Zealand are over. I mean, it's been all one-way traffic. It's all been the green machine of Ireland. Their try gets chalked off. A couple of back-to-back penalties for New Zealand, and all of a sudden, they've just completely blown down the doors. And it's Cody Taylor, the man who got sent off, who's gone over. Heartbreak. So from the line-out, they go down. Coach, I mean, it's just a horrendous defensive read there from. I think it's, to be fair, I think it's Tyke Furlong who actually doesn't make the read at all. But he jumps straight through, and then Cody Taylor gets away from Andrew Porter. He's always going to have the pace against the loose head prop. I mean, first real mistake there from Ireland, and all of a sudden, New Zealand are ahead. Hopefully we won't keep going back to what happened in that first 30 minutes for Ireland, where they had so many chances, chalked off, a couple of penalties, turnovers close to the line, that they've got to believe in keep that self-confidence and self-belief and try and replicate what they've done in this first 30 minutes. All right, the kick from Geordie Barrett. Looked pretty confident in that, and they sail straight over the middle. So 10 points to 5. So frustrating for Ireland because they started really, really well. Look, Kelleher is the one that actually sort of steps up and creates that gap. Yeah, that's frustrating from Ireland. It's disappointing because, as I said, they played so well up until then. And you think, if that try stands, the momentum that they could have had going forward would have been massive. But you can't allow New Zealand a sniff, and they gave them well more than a sniff. Anyway, we go straight down the throats of domestic violence convicted man Sevu Reece. I'm going to be like the Mail and Guardian, which just mention that every single time we go to him. Go to Perinari, who kicks it quite high, but nice and contestable. I think it's a chest for Hugh Keane. It's a nice take out of the air, actually. I think it's Conway who took that. So out of the front, it's a big tackle on him from Joe Moody. I need to get back into this game. They had very nice momentum. They were playing very well, so they just need to stick to it. They've been playing. They've probably been the better side on the day. They just need to make sure they keep playing. Yeah, so it looks like Barrett will not be coming onto the field. There's an advantage there for Ireland as Bandiaki tries to smash things up, and they go back for the penalty. Captains, we have a talk here. Grant Swart says that's so disappointing. Question, could someone tell Barrett to clean his nose? Tukilis Neuro have to manage your intensity levels, know when to apply intensity pressure. Blast through the gaps session. Barrett failed HIA, yeah, so it'll be Moanga for the rest of the game. Yeah, Johnny Sexton having a bit of a go at Sam Whitelock. It's another penalty for a late tackle, to be fair. Barry passed a lot of dirty play from the Kiwis. Bone Barrett, you're big in the rugby world, says Risky Magic. Yeah, as obviously it's another late tackle. It's been coming in here, and Johnny Sexton's having a bit of a go at Sam Whitelock. Yeah, it's just. I mean, you can see it. It's just targeting Johnny Sexton. Ethan Blackadder. I mean, the ball had gone a while away, and then he just smacks him just for good measure. So, but don't worry, the Springboks are the dirty side. Hey, we're the really dirty side. Yeah, these squeaky clean All Blacks. Yeah. Front football here for Bandiaki. Quick ball from Gibson Park, goes to Ringrose, goes to Sexton. Ball over to Kid. Oh, yes! James Lowe! Actually does very well to come inside. Within half a meter, Gibson Park desperately fishing for the ball. Tyke Furlong, he's had one chalked off. Gibson Park flat to Ian Henderson. Henderson spinning. And Severe slowing that down. Pick up and go. I think it was Andrew Porter. Pick up and go from Kelleher. This is good from Ireland. Just need composure. Andrew Porter. I reckon if you go keen on the blind side, I'm backing him every time, to be honest. They go back to Sexton. Sexton goes to Aki. Not sure that was the right call. I think if the blind side's on, I think Keenan's there. Flat to Jack Conan. Brought down by Papidi. Once again, New Zealand defense being tested so far. But front foot ball from Josh van der Flair gets over the advantage line. Quick ball needed from Gibson Park. Sexton! Almost inches close. It's available for Gibson Park, who then gets pulled into the ruck, though. I mean, it's pretty credible defense, but can it hold? Andrew Porter opens up a bit of space and gets Gibson Park out. That's a nice little carry from him, actually. Now James Ryan. It's really good defense from the All Blacks, but can it be penetrated? Oh, it's almost over. This is inches. This is really good stuff here from Ireland. Oh, the ball's popped out from the box. Sam Whitelock has been turned over. Knock on is the call. Oh, where is the composure? Oh, but he haven't found touch. James Lowe's going to have a free run. Not finding touch there to New Zealand after the turnover. So all of a sudden it's back with Ireland. It's available for Gibson Park. So they've actually lost about 4 meters from the resultant there. So they're still in the attack. Johnny Sexton goes to Ringrose. Ringrose goes himself. Gets hit by Sevu Reece. Gibson Park goes back towards the forwards through Kelleher. Gibson Park goes flat to Conan. Conan's still going, looking for the offload. Gibson Park. Oh, he's lost forward. And Perrinard just smacks it into touch after all that pressure. Ireland need to score this half. They've got to score. They've been good enough to score. They just can't get over the line. The defense, it must be said, is very impressive. But Ireland are so close here. I mean, the tackle count's going to be unreal. It's going to be unreal. As Barry says, fucking hell. Defense, wow, this is insane. Obviously, how did the ball pop out of the ruck here? I'm not entirely sure what happened there. If Gibson Park holds on to that, though, I think it could be tried out in the Scotland coaching staff. They just can't believe it. They can't believe what they're seeing. But this is brilliant. This is absolute brilliant. I reckon, I mean, surely Ireland and New Zealand must be one of the best matches in the Test calendar. In the last couple of years, I just don't know what it is about them, but Ireland playing at Dublin, they just managed to pick themselves up. So Leonard Brown is off. So you see, New Zealand have made 143 tackles already, by the way. I mean, to make 143 tackles in the first half is unreal. And to be fair, for a side which is always known for its attacking capabilities, that's a very impressive defensive effort. But it's not over yet. They use it off the back of this ruck here. So Gibson Park goes to Andy Aki, goes inside to James Lowe. I like James Lowe. He's a nice player. Penalty advantage as well. Sexton. Hugh Keane almost breaking the first tackle. Gibson Park, nice and quick, goes to Johnny Sexton. Inside ball to Ian Henderson. Gibson Park going towards the right. Sees him in space himself. Gets wrapped up by Sevu Reece. Porter goes to Sexton. Sexton's just so slick. I mean, he very rarely carries himself, but his hands are so good. Gibson Park goes to Ian Henderson. Henderson goes to Sexton. Sexton goes to Bandiaki. Bandiaki sees a bit of space. Eventually goes himself, runs into Javi as well as Sam Whitelock. There's still a penalty advantage for Ireland if they want it. Gibson Park goes back towards the right. Tyke Furlong at first receiver goes to Sexton. Sexton throws the long pass out there. It bounces once to Josh van der Flair. Goes inside. Gets one away. Now goes to Conway. Conway doesn't have the pace inside. Comes inside to Sevu Reece. Is still going. Penalty advantage still for Ireland. Gibson Park going to Furlong. Nice offload from him. Eventually run to Lowe. James Ryan now decided to carry it into contact, but they eventually say, that's enough, we'll take the penalty. Now, one thinks that Ireland should take the points because they haven't been able to get over the try line. But at the same time, with the momentum, they're so close that you've got to, on the brink of half time, you've got to go for the try. Right, where we at? Where we at? Obviously, it's a very on early. I mean, we got both. I mean, got two of the three backline players on already in the first half. So, not what they would have liked to. At least as much as it would be nice for Ireland to win. This is North versus South, and I always vote for the big three. Or All Blacks, better rugby than Box Scotland game by the sound of it. Yeah, I know it has been much. Oh, it's a bit of a messy line. It's gone forward, and Ireland have butchered their final chance to get a try on the board. That's frustrating from Ireland. Very frustrating. Well, a pretty epic first half comes to an end. All the players jog off to the change room. We're going to have to take a break because that was a brilliant first half. Grant Swart says there's no way that All Blacks didn't illegally turn over the ball in the ruck where the ball popped out the side. Yes, the North needs to know. Susan Pumalelo, Penn take the points. All Blacks look tired. This is the first time I've seen that. At the South dominates Susan Pumalelo. No, take three and bank. All Blacks defense awesome. Yes, the North needs to know what we South are the best. First half felt like it lasted 10 minutes. If Ireland don't score, All Blacks get a mental edge. Yeah, look, the All Blacks will go in at the half time and think that they've definitely had the better half just because they've defensively been so solid. But what a half. What a half of rugby. And we've still got a lot of rugby to come. So don't go away. We're pretty much halfway. This is the halfway point of the day. We've obviously still got the England game coming up. After this, we've got another half. What will hopefully be a fantastic rugby. And I'm going to take up a quick break. And in the meantime, you can go and check and see which some of the players who are up later. Yeah, it's been a hell of a first half. And let's hope we get to see something similar to that in the second half. And I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. 5 points to 10. Why is my clock still going on? Hey, so calm. We're back in. 5 points to 10 at half time. And Ireland trailing by 5 points, and frustrating because Ireland have been the best side by a country mile, but New Zealand defense has been very, very impressive. Sorry, I'm just busy correcting Scottish fans. This game came down to quality of possession versus opportunities as well. New Zealand's been able to use their opportunities and score try when needed. Ireland has all the opportunities, but not being able to capitalize and score try. Ethan Black had a 17 tackles. But yeah. So, how are we feeling? How are we feeling about that? That first, I mean, it was brilliant, wasn't it? I mean, it's just such an enticing first half. It had everything it needed to. Can you imagine the British press of Ireland and England win today? Just another viewer says, typical New Zealand play, negative when under pressure. Is Jackson, how long until it starts again? Probably about 5 minutes on. Why did the views drop so much? I always sort of drop off at half time. I think people go and get drinks and stuff like that. So hopefully it'll be back up to where it was before. Please do smash like on the video, by the way, if you like it as well. And keep subscribing if you're new. We're almost up to that 9,200 mark, which would be huge. Get us within 800 of getting 10K. So fingers crossed we can try and push for that. I'll be so chuffed if we can get to 10,000 subscribers this year. It would be massive. So thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. Let's see what we can do, I suppose. The only thing we can. 71 possession for Ireland against New Zealand. You don't see that very often, do you? I mean, that's unreal. Look, I mean, the Irish defense literally has only been breached once. There was that one time where they didn't defend particularly well. Apart from that, they've actually been pretty good. So yeah, it's. I think we've got a good game in our hands. It's just now whether Ireland can keep this up for the next sort of 40 minutes, I suppose. You know, because if they can, there's no reason they can't win this game. They're playing such nice rugby, Ireland. And look, Johnny Sexton, you know, whenever he's playing well, he just looks so calm. He always seems to have a bit of time on the ball. They are targeting him. They are trying to smash him and trying to sort of put him off his game, but it's not really working so far. In fact, they're just conceding penalties on New Zealand. So having a look at the try, I think it was probably double movement. I mean, it is. I mean, people say it's natural, but you still can't really do it. So I don't have too much issue with that try being chalked off. It's frustrating though. But I want to see that ruck where the ball just popped out of the side. I want to know what happened there and how that happened. And then obviously we'll be live after this game for England versus Australia. I mean, what a stacked game. And Marcus Smith starting at flower half is very, very exciting. It'll probably be me at this stage. Carl might take the game. Depends on what sort of happens the next hour and stuff like that. Maybe I might go out for a drink and Carl's available. And I might go and enjoy my block victory out in the town and go and watch rugby back a bit of a normal person. But we will be live for it regardless. If Carl can't do it, then I'll obviously be with you guys for the England game. So we will definitely be live for the next game. Ireland's going to learn in the second half why New Zealand is the best. Is Biggs, #All Blacks. Steve says, good day from an Irishman in Rio de Janeiro. Well, there we go. Welcome. We are global. Does anyone know if Tonga's beating the French Barbarians? Do you know what the score is for that game? If it's on Ultimate Rugby, I can check it now quickly. Oh, it's just refreshed. Where are we at? Yeah, literally, I just saw it now and now it's disappeared. I'm not seeing it. I thought it was literally here as well. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see it. I see Portugal versus Japan. I see England versus Australia. Yeah, I don't see that that game, unfortunately. So I can't help you there. I'm sorry about that. I suppose I can try and search French barbarians and see if it's there. But the answer is yes. We will keep up the Kiwis are blowing hard. Says Barry Power. Ireland should be fresh. Only 37 tackles. Yo, that's the thing. You know, I mean, New Zealand have had to work a lot harder than Ireland have so far. So Peter says All Blacks to win and we'll lose tempo. Well done on the box win. Thank you very much. John Fisher says Suffolk, Virginia, USA. There we go. Contender says the Kiwis could get humbled today. Thanks for streaming. Well, thanks for jumping on the stream. Halftime score for Belgium versus Canada was 10-0 to Canada. Anyone know the full-time score? I mean, I don't even know Belgium played rugby. I wonder what the Belgium rugby team is like. And that's not me trying to be rude. I just genuinely would be interested. But the Springbok press conference will be up on the channel very shortly. So if you guys want to go check that out after this video, come now. It's not that you don't leave me hanging. And then there's a section within Bakatulma Pimpi which will be available tomorrow because it's embargoed. So yeah, so we'll be able to hear from Jacques and Sia on the post-match win. I've got some more lines in the cooler box, nice and cold. So hopefully I'll be sorted for the rest of the day. So what do you reckon? Do you reckon Ireland can do it? Or where are we thinking here? Canada won, says John Fiswell. There we go. Belgium drinks beer. They've got nice beer. Stella Artois is my beer. It's my beer. It's my go-to. 24-0, I believe, says John Fisher. Who's your favorite rugby presenter from Supersport? March D says is always good. I think Schalk Burger is becoming a brilliant pundit. I don't think who else there is that I enjoy. Obviously, I mean, I don't really mind too many of them, but obviously, Matsudice is a class operator, and I really, really am starting to enjoy Schalk Burger's analysis. Right. They are second level of Six Nations, I think. I'm assuming talking about Belgium. Yeah, I'm assuming they're with Portugal and Spain, and I think some Netherlands are playing. Yeah, Belgium, Spain, Netherlands, Portugal all play, man. Imagine they used the big men in Western Europe for rugby. Look, Georgia, I reckon could be a decent side in a couple of years' time. Steve reckons that Ireland could do it. Stella's so bad. You're mad, dude. Our Stella draft is my go-to. That's where we are. You see, Steven Spanish he's my boy. We're there. We're there. I don't bother getting it off a bottle, but Stella draft. It's naughty when you're sitting there. You see a decent price of Stella draft. Things go south very, very quickly. But yeah, what's everyone's favorite beer then? So if you're not a Stella drinker, then where you at? What's the chat? Got a fridge full of beer, but I'm on diet. Hey, dude, diets don't happen on Saturdays, eh? Peter says you should have some cold Castle or Black Label today. Well, I'm on Castle Light, to be fair. I haven't drunk a lot of black labels that left last year. Last year was the staple. Was a good old blackie. Renos on Twitch says Black Label, Barry Powell's Guinness. I've never really gone into Guinness. But if I go to Ireland after it, it's tip. Nah, I'm going to disagree with you there. Stella, I will not have this anti-Stella rhetoric narrative being built here. I flipping love a Stella. Right, we're back on. Johnny Six has got ball in hand. I'm now playing left to right. Right, time is back on. How much less alcohol does Castle Light have? I think it's about 4.5. Yeah, 4%. 4% for Castle Light. A good old Lion will set you back. Also, I think it's 4%. Yeah. Black Label's the one. Too. If you want to get pissed, you obviously have to drink Black Label. That's where you want to go. Get that extra percent in. Early tester for Hugo Keenan. He's taken on the air by his own player, but it's a nice take from him. So Ireland with ball back in possession on the halfway line. Oh, that's a good take from Geordie Barrett there. Under a lot of pressure there. Here's some Gary Ringrose. Now Richie Mwanga spots a bit of space. Straight down the throat of, I think it's Keenan. I'm very far away here. Right, straight down the throat of Richie Mwanga goes inside to Barrett, who goes along the ground. That's not where he intended to go. It stands up for Conway. Conway sees a bit of space, but strips it straight down the throat of Geordie Barrett. Oh, Geordie Barrett skips the first tackle, then runs into Caelan Doris, and they're trying to hold him up. They've been doing that quite well so far, Ireland. And Kelly thought he would have a bit of a chance to have a go at the ball, but then being told to leave it. Now back to Javi, who kicks it up quite high. Not too much structure to the All Blacks attack. And it's a bit far. James Lowe takes it pretty well and presents it to Jamison Gibson Park, who gets pulled into the ruck. Yeah, Buster, you're not allowed to play the scrum off, so it's a penalty for Ireland. 0.5, settle. Contender says in Zim, we have Chibuku, Scud after Scud, Maze, Base Beer. I'll tell you what I enjoyed when I was in Zim a couple of years ago. The last time I was in Zim was what's the Mozambique one? I think it's called Mozambique, isn't it? Very nice. Yeah, that's what I drank when I was at Vic Falls, 2016, I think it was. I used to go to Zim all the time. I haven't been for a couple of years now, though. I like Corona, although I know it's an average beer. I've never really got into Corona. Never really enjoyed it that much. I mean, it's all right, but never been a massive fan. Red Nose Records, All Blacks by 18. Let's go. Biggs, I am, but I'm not in the capital. Do you stream on YouTube? Yeah, so we're currently live on Twitch as well as YouTube. YouTube is Forever Sport. Also, it's a very nice move there with Johnny Sexton wrapping around to James Lowe, who's gone to Conway. Conway steps inside, bashes off Keenan and keeps going. So Islander into the 22. Gibson Park goes to Henderson, goes to Sexton, who's pretty short to James Ryan, pretty flat from him. Gibson Park now going towards the right. And Caelan Doris will carry that. He's been very good today. I've been very impressed with him. Gibson Park going to Van der Flair. Nice carry by him. This is good momentum here from Ireland. Keenan goes to Ringrose, almost fumbled it, but goes himself, and he's still going to Ringrose, a couple of meters short. Ireland are back into the red zone where they've been for so much of the game but haven't been able to get over the line. Composure needed. Strong carry from Bondiaki there. Gibson Park. Kelleher, he's over. Kelleher is over. Well, they've been putting under pressure the entire game at the All Blacks, and Ireland are finally over. But it's been such a good. It's been such a good game, to be honest, and they've just been wearing it down so long. So it's deserved. You can't say it's not deserved. It's been coming, and Ireland have now leveled it all up. Big says, I'm from Harare. Coffee in the Everton mug. Big says, when you're in Zim again, it would be cool to meet you. Yeah, we can do it. We actually could do a Zim meetup. I actually haven't done so. I have to meet up. We must actually do that. We must actually sort that out. Says Mozambique has 2 in beer pronounced Doshem. The Tanzanians have Kililaga and Serengeti loses beer. I'm trying to remember what I had. Zambezi. That's what I drank. I think it was Zambezi. That's what I had. That was the beer of choice when I was over there. Yeah, 10 points apiece, 10 points apiece. It's nice. That's really nicely worked by Ireland. It was just the continuity. It was just grinding New Zealand down all flipping game. Obviously, Ireland really don't like kicking. Well, New Zealand are going to be tried the last 10 minutes. Maybe this is how you get them to make mistakes. Yeah, look, could be. Why is my match like 36 behind? Well, I'm watching with a satellite, so I'm a little bit further ahead than, well, I'm as close to being there as possible. Johnny Sexton. Ooh, and he's hooked that, it's come off the post, so it'll remain at 10-10. He's not happy, and I can understand. He's missed both conversions. There could be 14-10 up here. Oh, it's a bit more full than I realized it was. Obviously, I wish I traveled to Southern Africa. That's my dream. Yeah, I need to do more of it. I mean, I basically practically half lived in Zim for my first few years because I was traveling up there so much. But yeah, I'd love to do a bit more of Botswana, a bit more of sort of Namibia and the whole shebang. Anyway, we start back to Jack Conan. Solid carry from him. He's just a very solid player, Jack Conan. Doesn't make too many mistakes. Gibson Park goes to Johnny Sexton. Goes to Ian Henderson. James Lowe brings up that he's got a very big left boot. Geordie Barrett has responded, and that's looked a pretty deep kick. It's going to just sit up for Johnny Sexton. He's going to bring out the torpedo. Let's see where it's going to land. It lands in field. Bounces pretty high. Sevi Reese is going to be able to have a bit of a run up here. And he's going the big Sevi Reese, but he runs into Josh van der Flair and Tyke Furlong. Goes to Richie Mwanga, who goes to George. It's a very nice tackle by Gary Ringrose. I'm a very big Gary Ringrose fan. He goes to the area of New Zealand. Oh, and James Lowe's knocked that backwards. Hugh Keenan will clean up for him and kicks it back inside. It's set up nicely for Richie Mwanga. Goes inside to Geordie Barrett. Geordie Barrett looking to run himself. Ball over the top towards Ricky Ioane. Nice tackle there. And gets up and goes as Jack Coden. Perinaro goes to Geordie Barrett. Goes long to Bodie Italic, who throws a bit of a dummy and then runs to Killen Doris. Now they go to Leo Lala. Mwanga, that's a nice offload by him. Oh, but Will Jordan leaves it behind. Knocked back is the call. But call has come from forward. So it is a forward. Yeah, so it is a mistake there. His run up is too slow. The amount of second man plays his Island do is crazy. I agree. Yeah, so if you're slightly behind, then just literally pause this. That's the nice thing about having the clock. That's why we have the clock. Just pause it, and as soon as my clock and your clock aligns, just press play, and then we'll be nice and in sync. So I will be ahead of you in theory, but the chat and what's going on will be aligned. People, we are 15 short of 9,200. Who's going to be that person that finds us 15 subscribers? Who's going to do it? Jonathan says Jess Keel was outstanding in the Scotland game. Yeah, I thought he grew into the game quite nicely, actually. It was good to see. What was I about to do? I know what I'm doing. Well, Ian Henderson's going off. Well, I suppose, this is where you talk about the depth of Ireland. I mean, Ian Henderson is partnering James Ryan. He's a terrific player. They're going off. And guess who's coming on? Tyke Byrne, who I think is a tremendous player. That's bizarre. So the touch judge said it was backwards. Luke Pierce said it was backwards. And then everybody just stopped playing. So it actually will be an all-black scrum because they all start playing. It's a pretty big scrum, yeah. No penalty advantage, though. The ball slightly behind Ioane. He's at the behind there. And Sevi Reese with nothing to do, just hacks it ahead. And it's a bit of a free re-roll the dice. Hugh Keane takes it well. Inside ball to James Lowe. He's looked for work the entire day as James Lowe's been pretty. Oh, there's so much space on the right. They want to use it, but Sexton goes to the boots. He's a bit of space, and yeah, that's a perfect kick. Nails New Zealand back inside their own 22. When Johnny Sexton starts to turn it up, I tell you what, you have a game in your hands. Right, Cody Taylor going towards the back. Goes to Blackadder. Wants to use it for New Zealand. It's a decent lineup for them. They break off the left, Perinara, who runs into Doris. Been very good today. It's a really good tackle. They are putting New Zealand under a lot of pressure. They're still inside that 22 on New Zealand. They can't really get out here. Still available to New Zealand. Perinara finds a bit of space and eventually finds touch. Not out of trouble yet. And that's really good from Ireland. Just keeping the pressure on. And New Zealand are looking a little bit rattled. I don't think New Zealand put under this kind of pressure the entire year. And this is coming from a Springbok fan who have beaten them. But I think that this is a whole different type of pressure. It's just relentless from Ireland. They go to the front of the line this time. Ireland. Gibson Park goes to Conway, and Bundy Aki, who seems to have lost the number on the back of his jersey, carries it up. Around the corner to Kelleher. That's nicely worked. Gibson Park popping it up to Doris. Doris is through. He's going to go south. Doris is over. What a try. Something out of nothing. Ireland ahead. That is brilliant. He's deserved that. He has been absolutely tremendous, Caelan Doris. Since the first kick of the ball, he's been one of the best players in the field. And he's just burst straight through and waltzed over all of a sudden. That's fantastic. Barry Powers, Henderson, all figures shitting. Aren't going to win. You should just tell us Kiwi say the name. I'm assuming they say De Groot. Supposed to De Groot. Beautiful kick from Barry Powers. His brilliant game of Test Rugby so far. Editing is also good. And don't forget Heineken, but the home drink is Amstel Castle. Johnny Sexton for Irish president. He'll just tip that over for the extra. Ryan Times LB. Go out on my second team. What are the Irish drinking? I need some. Just boom, cheers, straight through the middle. And I kept wondering if the support play was going to be good enough, but they didn't need the support play. He just went all himself. 17 points to 10. New Zealand are rattled. What a game. What a game. Who scored? Caelan Doris for Ireland. 70 points to 10 with half an hour left on the clock. Let me adjust my clock. No, can New Zealand respond? Haven't had a lot of possession. So every reach trying to create something, but straight into Caelan Doris, who then gets over the ball but has to release it. Perinara always at the behind. Oh, and they've intercepted as Gary Ringrose. And now Gibson Park puts in the. Oh, that's a good kick. Roll ball. That could be a 50-22. That is sensational from Gibson Park. He knew it was there. The intercept from Gary Ringrose, and immediately, he's gone over there and he's found probably the best 50-22 we've seen so far. The interception there from Gary Ringrose was brilliant. And Gibson Park knew that no one was back. So, boom, kicks it in the top of the ball. So he was always going to have that spin. That is a brilliant 50-22. George Barrett is desperately tearing after it, and it just rolls. It's a 5-meter lineup for Ireland. It's a 5-meter lineup, basically. This is a huge. I would not touch Gibson Park right now. Conor Murray, if you want to come on, you can go play flank or something, because Gibson Park is playing today. Big moment this for Ireland. Can they make this count? They go to Doris, the try scorer. Right, they put in a whole new front row here. Have New Zealand. And Kelly is still controlling things. And they've stolen the ball, though, have New Zealand. That's a big turnover, Perinara going back to the pocket, Richie Mwanga. He's not going to go to touch, go straight down the throat of Conway. Now, what's Conway going to do? So, Ireland back into 22, though. Bit of a frustrating one to miss that one. But now going to Johnny Sexton, who looks to wrap around, but James Ryan will just go himself. And Sexton decides to just give Dane Coles a bit of a hug. Oh, that's a really nice part. The nice flat run there from Tyke Byrne. Van der Fleer, not too much support, decides to cut it back inside. Smart decision from him. Bixson Park goes to Furlong. Oh, that's a little back, about the back of the door almost from Ryan. He looked to give it to Doris, but inside take himself. I need someone to just go a little bit ahead. Yeah, there we go. Furlong here over the gain line there. Perinara quickly over it, but missing it. Gibson Park, they've got space on wide if they want to use it. Keenan steps inside. He's wrapped up by Havili. Gibson Park. Oh, that's a penalty right in front. That is so, I'm going to use the word stupid from David Havili. Right in front of the poles. And he's deliberately knocked the ball on from Gibson Park. And this is right in front. And Tyke Byrne is not happy, but this should be a 10-point potential gap here. Barry says, we have this just 2018. We're all over them just like then. Stephen Van der Space, well in Ireland, be aware of the last 20 minutes. All Blacks early subs, LB. New Zealand's getting let's go, Brandon. Chief Island fired up, says Stephen Van der Space. This has never count New Zealand out. They scored in 84th minute in 2013 to win the game. Agreed. New Zealand front row is a massive weakness. Yeah, it's not a particularly impressive front row, is it? We've certainly seen better ones. Well, he's taking all the time he needs, is Johnny Sexton, and why not? Why not? Yep, straight down the middle. He was taking his time more to run the clock down than because it was a difficult kick and extend the lead to 20 points to 10. You know, I said that earlier this week, I reckon that Ireland could have a go at this New Zealand side. So if you put money on Ireland, look, it's a long way to go. You've got 24 minutes to go, but it wouldn't have been a bad bet right now. I reckon you're sitting with a decent cash out offer. Mwanga with the restart. Good take there from Jack Conan. He's so consistent as Jack Conan. Festival kick. It's a very nice take there from Geordie Barrett. But Kelleher's all over that ball. He has to leave it though. Perinara tries to snipe down the left. Chips it over the top. Gibson Park under a lot of pressure from Sevu Reece. Going to have to return. And I think Gibson Park's gotten there ahead of him and managed to ground that. So Gibson Park reckons he's grounded, but Sevu Reece wants to have a look because he thinks he might have been able to get ahead of Gibson Park. Prices, you talk about try something out of nothing. This would be exactly that if he does ground it. But I think Gibson Park gets back in time. That's definitely not a try. It's definitely not grounding. But I think Gibson Park might have put this out himself, which means it could actually be a 5 meter. So they're trying to check now who comes off because there's no grounding. There's definitely no grounding at either attempt. They're now checking to see if the ball's going to come off Gibson Park or if it actually has come off. If it's come off Severy Reese or Gibson Park, and it's quite an important difference because it's come off Severy Reese, it's a 22 meters restart. But if it's come off Gibson Park, then it's suddenly a New Zealand ball in a very, very good position to attack. Goal line dropout is what we're hearing. So we go with the goal line dropout. That's a pretty big call, that actually. Goal line dropouts are interesting. We saw in the URC how Buddha Chamberlain was just completely nullifying the whole idea of a goal line dropout because every single time there was one, he would say, "Thank you very much. I'll take the drop goal." He did it twice. I'm trying to think who it was against. I think was it against? I'm trying to remember who it was against. I think it was one of the. Was it against? Who was it against? I've lost the name of the team now. I think it could have been Glasgow. It was against Glasgow. I can't remember, but yeah. But obviously, 10 points still not of a gap. 100%. The Bull is in the crowd. I'm an American Wallabies fan. Lived there 2 years in the 90s, but I'm about Sunday 15 versus the world. But a great test match. A great test match is a great test match. Agreed. Stephen was playing an inform Ireland, the best side in Europe. Yeah, 100%. Surprise. Hope Ireland hold on to lead. Very happy. Toppy here in the UK right now. True, Stephen. We just lost our way since the World Cup. That came off wife beater Reese. Yeah, please can we refer to him as his full fucking title? Asshole domestic abuser wife beater Reese. I think that's what we can go with. Do you think we can coin that term? I don't know. Yeah, no time whatsoever for that sad excuse of a character. So it's a scrum is the end of the result. So I'm not out the neck of the woods just yet. And interesting that I mean it's still furlong. It's still. I mean it's an Irish scrum, so it is their scrum. But still with their starting scrum, I mean I think that Tyke Furlong's been pretty solid. I think Andrew Porter's worked pretty hard. And I think that their replacement front row is going to have to put in a big shift if they want to try and see this game out. I forgot to turn the timer off, so we're actually sitting at 58 minutes. Pretty good swim there from Ireland. Gibson Park goes to Bundyaki, who will bash it up with support from Gary Reid. He's got his knees on the ground there, Ref. He's got it released. And they'll create a bit of an angle. And Johnny Sexton's got no interest in kicking this. It's going to be Gibson Park. It's a very nice exit from Gibson Park. That's good exit play. Very nice exit play. They go short to New Zealand. Dane Cole suddenly runs away with it. But they turn it over for Ireland. They're going out wide here. Keenan sees a bit of space, goes himself, gets outside of Richie Mwanga. Reese returns the favor, and it's on 6 underneath the ball. Goes inside to Keenan, who hacks it upfield. Geordie Barrett's quite a lot of times. Interesting to see what he does. Oh, it bounces straight back into James Lowe's. And James Lowe brings in the left foot of his. Knocked backwards from Geordie Barrett. It's almost pretty poorly gathered. Irish crowd reckon it was a knock on, but I don't think it was. So now James Lowe once again, he's got the set to 22. Try to bring out that left big. He's got a big left boot on him. Finds touch at about just before the halfway line. It's not a bad result there for Ireland. Not quite out of danger, but up towards the halfway line. It's kind of more where they want to play their rugby, though. Right, Blackadder is departing. Akira Wani is coming onto the field. So New Zealand, it was a New Zealand line just inside their half on the left-hand side. Now we're starting to see a couple of replacements for Ireland. What's his full name? Yeah, Gerard Swartz has named it. Yeah, the All Black. Seven recent, usually plays in 14. He has been convicted of domestic abuse. Will Jordan chips ahead and goes. James Lowe is desperately trying to get back inside. And New Zealand are overthrew Will Jordan. Well, that's it. They've hit back. They've hit back. Game right back on in the 61st minute. I mean, you talk about the bounce of the rugby ball, and that's exactly what it was. The chip over the top. James Lowe was desperately trying to keep up with Rico Awani, and it just the ball bounced straight back to Awani and managed to get the offload. So 20 points to 15. Yep, straight over, no issue. They went up to the try, and there was no issues there. So there it is, 20 points to 17. This game's going to go down to the wire. Right, 20 points to 17. Game on. Game very, very much in. Cole Phillips says Will Jordan again. He's too good. He's in a solution to make all the homeless people. Sevi Reese is Willie off. They're going to run out of gas. It's championship time. Let's go, Brandon. Will Jordan is not slow. Bloody no, he's quick. Man, they've almost knocked it on at New Zealand. And the ball's landed out of the Irish. So New Zealand lost possession. All their space out wide. Run the hands. Run the hands. Oh, go. Ringrose goes himself. Oh, they've gone one more, but Ireland are into the 22. Gibson Park goes to James Lowe, goes back to Gibson Park, who then goes to Keenan. Keenan goes to Doris. Ireland really back on the attack here to Furlong. He can't have too many minutes left in him. He's played 63 minutes so far. He played pretty well as well. Sexton goes to Ringrose, spins away from one, and a penalty advantage. That's exactly what Ireland need. No, Gibson Park. We're going to put this over, chap. You want to put that over. Why is he allowed to play? Shows All Black arrogance. That's why Ireland must win. The opposition team must boycott them if it's in the team. Let's go. Yeah, no, that whole thing is just a lot of crap. And then time is off. So I think Johnny Sexton's going off, by the way. Yep, Sexton's off. Sexton's off. Lee said, did he really beat his wife? Come on, All Blacks, do it for South Rugby. Yeah, so he was, I think it was 2018, got into a argument with his partner. And I think he chased her down the street and like tackled her to the ground and shit like that. And yeah, look, I don't think she eventually pressed charges. He was never convicted in court, but he was supposed to go to Ireland, supposed to get on that domestic contract, and they ripped it up and stuff like that. And apparently they were undergoing counselling, but yeah, either way, he's not a nice man. And there's the whole thing about he chose remorse and whatever stuff that I don't think you don't. For me, you don't get second chance for that kind of crap. Anyway, it was Connacht, I think it was. They were supposed to go to that. They ripped up his contract. I think it's an HRA for Johnny Sexton from the sounds of it, if I'm hearing correctly. Over 200 tackles made by the All Blacks so far. It's a penalty right in front. Yep, it's an HRA is the call. So Joe Carberry is on the field in his first contribution. We just try and slot this 3 points and establish a bit more of a lead. Why Sabbath consistently support the Kiwis beyond me? Yeah, I don't really understand that. I mean, even the whole North versus South, as far as I'm concerned, New Zealand didn't want us as part of the Super Rugby. So I'm with the South. I'm with the North here. The Irish, the Scottish, the Welsh, and the Italians said, you can come to the URC. We'll take you. So I'm with them. Let's go Ireland. Perry says 4 Kiwis on for us now. HIA for Sexton. All Black fans will back the Boks in other games, and Boks fans do the same for New Zealand. I don't know. I never really felt. Do the All Blacks support us? I never really thought the All Blacks support us. Either way, straight over the top. Do they? I genuinely wouldn't know. I never really felt that All Blacks fans did support us. Not the All Blacks fans I know, anyway. Right, so straight down the middle, 23 points to 17 with 15 minutes remaining. This is going to be very, very close. Carberry going up and Conway pressing very hard, taking down Richie Mwanga, getting up and trying to have a bit of counter right there. So New Zealand just being a bit over eager there. There's money and just hands in the money. Hands in the money, hands in the ruck. Ben Cole's wrapping around from the line out here. Important for the All Blacks to try and hit back quickly if they want to stay competitive in this game. 14 minutes left to go. I need to defend now. They need to defend. New Zealand on the front foot here, going to their sixth phase. Another go to Mwanga, goes to Havili, runs to Bundiaki, rides tuck quite well. Ball pops up. Perinara going to Tuanakuafe, going to Retallick. Advantage for side. Now you see, the Ireland can't do that. They can't afford to do that. You can't afford to give away easy penalties like that. Watchalong and they offload away. Geordie Barrett, ball over the top to Havili. Well, it's a nice tackle by Keenan. Ball comes back inside to Rico Awani. Advantage. RDCV picks up and goes. Geordie Barrett going to Richie Mo'unga. Richie Mo'unga dabs over the top to Will Jordan. Will Jordan still going. He's eventually brought down. New Zealand within 5. Paranoid shows and goes himself. New Zealand will just pick up and go. Another advantage, another penalty advantage here. In fact, a penalty would be the least of worries here for Ireland. I think New Zealand could be over here, and they're right in front of the poles. So a try here would probably be a converted try. That would take him to the lead. RCV, what does he do? He goes to Richie Mo'unga. Richie Mo'unga goes to Arnie. Oh, and it's straight through. It's straight through. It's eventually breached. Well, Timo's going to have a check here, but it looks like Akira Awani is over. Oh, no. Is it going to come straight down to 12 minutes to go, and Ireland's defense has been breached. So even if it's not a try, they'll go back for a penalty, which would be a much better option. But let's see. So apparently they reckon it could be a forward pass. Ooh, it's flat. It looks very flat. Well, the crowd's definitely going to try and do their part. Dear. Dear. I don't know. I think it always looks right, you know. Yeah, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. Forward. Try will not stand. The try will not stand. They'll go back for the penalty. Now, decision time for New Zealand. Do they go for all the points? Do they get themselves within 3? Big decisions to make. It's test match rugby, but 12 minutes to go. Oh, my cushion's come off. Yeah, get back on there. Fuck. I don't think I kicked the. Well, Geordie Barrett's got the ball in hand. What is the decision here from Sam Watchalong? They're going to take the 3. That's big for Ireland. So New Zealand will get within 3 points. That's actually a fantastic result for them. Also, there are 4 people left until we get 9,200. Are you really going to let me get to the end of this stream without getting to 9,200? Surely not. Surely you people are not that harsh. Anyway, what have the comments got to say? Where are we at? Grant Smart, smash the day so far. Agreed. I only support the Kiwis against England, says Kwasi. Jonas, let's support Ireland. I agree. Barry says I call the Meteors, you don't think the Kiwis that is. All Blacks need to score next. Pimonello says I tell you New Zealand's going to win by a last minute try. Yeah, straight over the middle. All Blacks will take the points. They have 23 points to 20. Albie says Ireland letting the All Blacks back. They need to be more clinical on defense. Mikamuzi says while he was a culture sec by myself from Western Transvaal, you come to the bottom and the streets are full of All Black jerseys. Yeah, no, look, you go down to Eastern Western Cape. There are a lot of All Blacks jerseys in and around the town. Well, there we go. 9,200. Thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed. No, nobody who hasn't subscribed. Otherwise, it's going to go back down. But yeah, I really appreciate it. So 800 left to the big 10K. I wonder if we can do it this year. Anyway, the restart from Ireland goes straight down the throat of Havili. No, the Ireland need a big 10 minutes. They need a big 10 minutes. 69:50 is the official time on the clock. The loop, yes. So Bruce on side there. Competitive kick. It bounces towards the All Blacks, but I think it's Jack Conan who's got his hands on that ball. So Ireland have got possession back. I think Gibson Park could play a full 80 here. You know, I mean they've got Conor Murray on the bench, but why would you take Gibson Park over the way he's playing at the moment? Gibson Park going to Bundy Aki, running the hands. Jack Conan now puts his head down, just short of the touchline. Now Andrew Porter, who's still on after 70 minutes. No, that's not Andrew Porter. I'm about to say. How often do you have two props with long blonde hair? I mean, it's basically never. Anyway, Ireland's still on the attack here. Gibson Park shifting it to Carberry. Amani going through there. Gibson Park back towards the inside to Ryan. This is all they need to do. Just keep testing out the New Zealand defense. See, a bit of a gap for Jack Cohen. He needs support. Well, in fact, having said that, he's dragged the Kirawan straight into the 22, but the All Blacks have ripped it. It's a knock-on advantage. Moana comes it, goes to Nukuafe, who then knocks it forward, so we'll probably go back for the scrum. Oh, big moment there for Ireland. They kept ball at hand there. Just get a penalty and go for the 3 points. I think they should have I think they had to release him here. But look, fine margins. He says one thing we can be proud of us South Africans is Bok Rugby and these clowns support New Zealand because I asked him to spell New Zealand. Yes, All Blacks. Steve's cushion can't bear the tension. 100%. Can't believe they didn't take the scrum, says De Villiers. Come on, Islands, Kennecoon. Welcome, Kennecoon. I hope you're dealing well with this. Caller keeps says, I keep on saying Northern Hemisphere teams don't know how to manage a rugby game. They're too helter-skelter and run out of gas against quality. New Zealand will win. They always win, except if it's South Africa. Ireland a great rugby nation, but the All Blacks are the best sporting team in the world, and I'm a proud Bok fan. Okay, I think time is off at the moment. 71 minutes, 18 seconds. Less than 9 minutes to defend for Ireland, and they've got another victory against the All Blacks. The scrum, yeah. If ever they needed a big scrum, then this would be the moment. This would be the moment. Come on, Ireland. Just do it. Just make everything interesting. Just make everything interesting and just do it. Just beat them. Let's just make life interesting. Right, it's gone straight back to the wall. So Sevilla picks up and goes with the back. Right, so Conor Murray is on, by the way. Sevilla still going. Gets the ball away to Havili. Havili steps inside. No one's making a tackle. The ball goes straight towards Rieko Ioane. He's wrapped up by James Lowe. That is a massive penalty by Ioane. That is absolutely sensational. You talk about clutch. That's clutch when you need it. I mean, Sevilla gets it past 1, 2, 3. Boom, inside ball to Havili. He's still going. Throws the long pass to Ioane. James Lowe makes the tackle. And then Ioane gets all over that and boom. I mean, what a position. What a position. Why can't I see most of the comments you're reading? So we're actually live on 3 different platforms: Forever Rugby, Forever Sports, and Twitch as well. So sometimes, but the comments all come through in one system. So that's why you might not be able to see some of the comments. Rudolph and Dickey says, please, Ireland. Probably says, let's see the infamous All Blacks last 10 minutes, sponsored by Adidas. What a tackle. That's a huge tackle by James. I'm a big James Lowe fan. I really do rate him. Great jackal. No, it was such a position of strength there. Okay, so Johnny Sexton won't come back on. He played his part. Penalty in the halfway here. They're gonna try to take the 3 here, Ireland. Carberry's got the T in hand. It's literally on the halfway line, right bang in the middle. This would be a big 3 points. 26 points to 20. They're still not out of the woods though, because they're still within a try. But he can run the clock down a little bit. Massive kick here for Joe Carberry. He needs to take his time as well. Here we go. Distance looks good. It's going to go all the way. And it's over. 26 points to 20. Now defend. Ireland are less than 7 minutes away from a huge victory against New Zealand. It's such a good tackle by James Lowe. Grabs the ball and all, and then Mahani's over there and he says, "Cheers, mate. You're not moving me." Look at the passion from James Lowe. They've gone short here of New Zealand, but they haven't managed to retain it, and Mahoney's the one that's managed to come away with it. 6 minutes left on the clock. Well, look, Conor Murray's on the game, on the park, and if you want somebody to manage his final 6 minutes, Gibson Park was brilliant, but Conor Murray's the one. Goes very high. Big contest there. New Zealand have won the ball back, though. They've got men out wide. See, Reese trying to get in the air. Keith Earls hunts him down, and the ball runs out wide. That's a very big mistake from Reese. Really does stuff here from Earls. Go Irish, says Rulof. Nail biting stuff. Yeah, 100%. Grant Swart said, "I'm not a Omani fan, but the steal was class. It's really worked for the ANC." Settle down, Schwartz. Settle down, Grant. It's not towards too much. Dear. Comment of the day. I love it. Just over 5 minutes to go. Can Ireland hang on? Oh, free kick for... I mean, that's such a stupid free kick to give. They've given away a free kick for not managing to sort out their line-out issue. That's a huge mistake from Ireland. But Ty Burns got his hands on there, and he reckons he can try and have a go here. But all of a sudden, New Zealand have got ball in hand. Wonga goes to Havili. Havili goes for the cross kick. That is so well ready. Keenan's on now. Ball inside. Oh, and it's taken out by Jack Conan. It'll be a knock-on. Oh, if that went to hand to Conan, that would have been huge. That's brilliantly read by Keenan. The cross kick from Havili, and he needs to make that interception. And he reads it like a book. Boom. Cheers. Thank you very much. I almost think he just needs to put it on the boot chair, even if he just kicks it out, because he throws it back inside, and Jack Conan just can't manage to get hold on. Look, he's under contest here. I think that Keenan, as well as he did, I reckon he should have just grabbed it towards the corner and said, right, have a defensive line out. Go the full 80 minutes if you want to. That's what you have to do. Anyway, less than almost 4 minutes. Almost 4 minutes. Big scrum this. Big scrum this. The Aviva is rocking. It is rocking. Clock is slightly ahead. I think mine and the clock over there is on a little bit slightly. They got the screams on what a second is. That's a big scrum from New Zealand. Reset. That's exactly what you see at Ireland want. It's what Ireland want. The clock is born. Clock is going down. Ipumalelo's still backing last minute All Blacks try. Kevin says my bet was on Thomas on New Zealand. No man. Watching can't wait to hear the excuses from the Super Cape Crusaders. Hard as pounding it, says Steve. Says it's like elections in South Africa have two options, A and C. My dad taught me only two phrases: go Barker and fuck New Zealand. Love it. As a born and raised Cape Tonian, those Cape Crusaders are embarrassing. And Ken Healy, another fridge. Yeah, no, he is. He proper. There'll be plenty of fridges out there. No drinks are getting warm out there. It's another decent scrum there from the All Blacks, but they have to use it. Now they go to Havili, who will just crash it up. Important defense here from Ireland. They've got 3 minutes left to defend. They go back towards the blind side. Wonga goes to Geordie Barrett. Rush defense from Ireland. Good hit there from Gary Ringrose. Not a lot of options for Bertalik, who's slightly isolated. And Ty Byrne wants to get involved. And the ball comes loose. And not four from Ty Byrne. So it'll be another screw. This is going down to the wire. This is going down to the wire. 2.5 minutes left. 2.5 minutes left. Typical of Ireland to peak just ahead of the World Cup. Well, it's 2 years, to be fair. John says, All Blacks always score last minute. I hate to come on Ireland. This is the best game I've never watched before, says Lee Concopia. This is Barry. Ben says the scrum will take up valuable time. Well, we're almost into, the time was off for a little bit, but almost into 78 minutes. Officially, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. They go to the blind side of the All Blacks. Tavidi. You hit initially by Murray. Oh, but it comes a bit. It's come loose. It's come loose. No knock on, apparently. Play on, says Luke Pierce. But New Zealand are very far away from the try line. Will Jordan almost gets through. A penalty for Ireland for not releasing. That's it. That's it. Look at the passion. Look at the passion. Look at the celebration. There it is. There it is. Right in front of the polls. A penalty for Ireland. They've done it. They've done it. What a moment. What a game. What an absolute stormer of a game. That is absolutely terrific. Yeah, look at the smug little smile on Ty Furlong. Who wins this? Ty Burns. It's Ty Burns all over there. What a steal. Look what it means to Armani. He loves it. What an absolute bolter of a game. But Carby just needs to run all the time in the world, and just needs to put this down the middle. And as soon as he slots this, that's the win in the bag. Carby goes straight down the middle. 29 points to 20. Ireland cannot lose. They cannot lose. That is, I said at the beginning of the week, I said that this Irish side, on paper, they had what they needed to beat New Zealand. It was all about where they could pitch up. And I think Grant Swan's mentioned people like Caelan Doris has been absolutely brilliant. And then there we go. Mahoney, she's been fantastic since he came on. Wins the kickoff. It's 10 seconds. There's one more phase needed. Jack Conan, he's been solid all day. He's the one that cleans up. Conor Murray goes back to James Lowe. James Lowe takes all the time in the world. And Ireland take an absolutely massive bow because that is a brilliant, brilliant victory. And apart from anything else, that is a sensational test match. I don't think we'll see much better the entire year. What an absolute brilliant encounter. This is why we love the game. It's games like this, isn't it? This is why we watch, to get moments like this. That is absolutely brilliant. New Zealand beaten. What a game. What a game. What a watch-along, though. You people are flipping amazing. We're gonna log off here. And Carl will be taking you guys through the England game. So he'll be live in about 5 minutes-ish. And he'll be taking you through the first half. And then I'm going to jump over and take you guys through the second half of Australia versus England. So don't go away. Go and keep them company. In terms of the world rankings, the box will be back to number 1. Please do smash like on the video. We will be live for the next game. So come and hang out with us there. You guys have been brilliant all day. Let's keep the subscribers going. We're past 9,200. Maybe we can even get to 9,300 by the end of the day. That'll all come down to the contribution from you guys. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys all very